From 1716 to 1718, one man built and ran the most successful, most terrifying corporate enterprise in the Western Hemisphere. His name was Edward Teach. His brand was Blackbeard, and his flagship, the Queen Anne's Revenge, was a statement of power. It was a 200-ton, 40-gun machine of destruction, capable of holding over 300 men. This was not a small boat. This was a hostile acquisition firm capable of striking anywhere from the Caribbean to the colonial Atlantic seaboard. For 2 years, he operated with near-perfect impunity, disrupting the global supply chain and costing the British Crown millions in revenue. Teach was a genius of applied terror. He understood that fear was the ultimate force multiplier. The total value of his confirmed haul in modern money is estimated to be over $12.8 million. And he did it all in just 24 months. To understand how this short-lived, high-value empire operated, you have to look at the 3 critical departments that made the Blackbeard brand the most feared name on the sea. First, the organizational structure. The typical Navy vessel was a rigid hierarchy. Blackbeard's ship was a radical democracy. Crew members voted on major decisions. Booty was split using a formal, pre-agreed contract, the Articles of Agreement. The cook, the carpenter, and the quartermaster each had legally defined shares. Losing a limb in battle meant a guaranteed financial payout, roughly £100 for a lost leg. This was the first true workers' compensation plan in the Atlantic world. Second, maintenance. Blackbeard operated a fleet, not just a single ship. He often sailed with 4 vessels, requiring a logistical chain to keep them repaired and supplied. He needed deep water harbors, sanctuaries where the British Navy could not easily touch him. This led to the establishment of his operational hub in Bath, North Carolina. This was a strategic move, offering a protected, shallow-draft sanctuary far from major naval bases. This location was so critical that when he captured the massive French slave ship La Concorde, he didn't just strip it, he refitted it, added 40 guns, and renamed it the Queen Anne's Revenge. This was a high-value asset, not a temporary prize. Blackbeard's most brazen operation occurred in May 1718, when he executed a complete corporate takeover of the largest port in the region, Charleston, South Carolina. With 4 ships and 400 men, he sealed the harbor. For 1 week, he intercepted every vessel trying to enter or leave, essentially forcing the entire commerce of the southern colonies to cease operations. The economic loss was incalculable. His demand was chillingly precise: a medical chest containing essential supplies to treat venereal disease, which was rampant among his crew. He wasn't demanding gold, he was demanding operational health and safety. The governor of South Carolina had no choice but to pay. This event was the equivalent of a pirate issuing a public IPO, declaring his enterprise untouchable. It exposed the total weakness of the British colonial defense. This was not a criminal, this was a state-level threat. The authorities realized a direct engagement was too costly. The solution had to be targeted. The British Royal Governor of Virginia, Alexander Spotswood, put a massive bounty on Teach's head, £100 sterling. On November 22, 1718, Governor Spotswood contracted 2 naval sloops commanded by Lieutenant Robert Maynard. This was a covert, off-the-books operation designed to liquidate the Blackbeard enterprise immediately. Blackbeard was cornered in his sanctuary at Ocracoke Inlet. His ship, the Adventure, was low on crew. The battle was chaotic, hand-to-hand combat on a bloody, confined deck. The data on his demise is shocking. Blackbeard reportedly sustained 5 gunshot wounds and 20 slash wounds before he finally collapsed. His resilience was legendary. Maynard's final brutal act was a message to the entire Atlantic economy. Blackbeard's head was severed and hung from the bowsprit of his ship. The threat was terminated. The $12.8 million enterprise was forcibly dissolved. The story of Blackbeard isn't about swashbuckling.
It's about a man who briefly redesigned the rules of commerce, creating a high-risk, high-reward model that terrified empires. And until his final violent audit, no one could touch him.